to everyone. Welcome to today's professional development session, where we aim to grow together as educators and explore new strategies for enhancing our teaching practices. It's very lovely to see you all. May we encourage you to please write your name and where you are joining us from in the chat. Thank you. Right. Our speaker today is a passionate GSP advocate, educator, and a mentor with the Global Schools program. With expertise in digital literacy, she empowers educators and learners by showcasing how everyday digital tools can enhance education for sustainable development. Maria brings practical, engaging methods to seamlessly integrate technology with the SDGs, or Sustainable Development Goals, making sustainability education both exciting and impactful for the classroom and at home. It is our pleasure to introduce Maria Juniper Pascual Palmares, generously sharing her expertise in Bytes for a Greener Tomorrow. Let's give Maria a very warm welcome. Over to you, Maria.
Thank you, Miss Sarah, Miss Kendra. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Mabuhay. I'm Miss Maria. You can call me Miss MJ for short. And of course, it's going to be very short, no, 30 minutes or 45 minutes. And the title of our session is Bytes for a Greener Tomorrow, Nurturing Digital Literacy Skills in ESD. So that's my first slide. And if you want my slide, just message us. Okay, if you want all the resources later, I'm going to send all. So the second slide is actually, yes, pictures. The pictures are from 17 years ago. 17 years ago. Just imagine it's 2007. 17 years ago, I borrowed my mother's camera as I embarked on an off-campus teaching adventure. And I was chosen to be part of the university collaboration with a South Korean educational institution. I helped South Korean students learn the English language during the winter camp, and it was called Wuriduri, which means our way or our principle. And back then, my mom's camera had only 24 shots or 24 films. So I had to make each one count. And buying the camera film during the time, it was 2007, it was really expensive. So I had to capture only special moments. But during my stay, something happened. I let my students to use the camera and capture the best moments. And here are some of the photos they took. So they took all the photos, and of course, 24 shots were gone. And this chapter of my teaching journey, working with international students and locals, opened doors for me to learn more about digital literacy skills, which I'm gonna share to all of you. So on the next slide, thank you so much, we have two exciting goals for our session. So the first goal is to engage and to learn. As you listen or watch, please jot down, or you can use the you can jot down the keywords that catch your interest and new to you or that you might find useful. And the second goal is to support and share. Once this professional development session is available on the Global Schools YouTube channel, I encourage you to view, like, comment, and share the video. Plus, put some hashtags. Why? It's because it will help our Global Schools community grow and be recognized. By simply sharing the video and commenting on it, we can increase the visibility and engagement so the other educators can join the Global Schools program and the digital community can recognize our advocacy. This is a very quick and easy way to spread awareness. So let's dive into the session and make the most of our time together. So the next slide is all about the meaning of digital literacy. So digital literacy, by definition, is the ability to effectively and critically navigate evaluate, and create information using a range of digital technologies. And let's have a breakdown of what this means, because you have the word navigate. When we say navigate, it involves the ability to find and access information across different digital platforms and devices. And it includes understanding how to use search engines, websites, and apps to locate the information you need. The second is evaluate, because critical evaluation is the key to digital literacy. So it means assessing the credibility, accuracy, and relevance of the information you find. And it involves the checking of sources, understanding the biases, and distinguishing between reliable and unreliable information. We have the word create, because digital literacy also encompasses the ability to produce content using digital tools. And this could be writing a blog post, creating a video, designing a presentation, or even coding a website. So it involves not just technical skills, but also creativity and effective communication. And of course, the range of digital technologies, and it includes the different tools and platforms such as computers, smartphones, tablets, social media, and other digital communications tools. And being digitally literate means being comfortable and proficient with these technologies. So, in a nutshell, digital literacy is about being able to use technology thoughtfully and responsibly to access, evaluate, and create information. And later you will find out, because the question will be, what if I don't have digital tools? Because, of course, there are some schools with smart boards or some schools with internet access. But what if we don't have it? So later you will know the answer. And also on the next slide, you will see that there are 6 components of digital literacy skills. So there are 6. Okay, the first is technical skills. And when we say technical skills, it's all about using devices, knowing how to operate computers, tablets, smartphones, and other digital devices. Technical skills is all about software proficiency, able to use software applications like the word processors, spreadsheets, and presentation tools. I'm talking about MS Word, MS PowerPoint, and also Excel, Microsoft Excel. And then the internet navigation, effectively browsing the web, using search engine, and accessing online resources. The second component is what we call information literacy. It's all about searching for information, evaluating the sources, or organizing information. So it's all about managing digital information effectively, assessing the credibility and relevance of online sources, and knowing how to find reliable information online. And the third component is communication skills. Of course, it's all about online communication using email, social media, and other online platforms to communicate effectively, and collaboration tools, which are we using right now, working with others using Google Docs, Microsoft Teams, and Slack. The next slide is the fourth component of digital literacy skill, which is the content creation. So every time that you produce text, image, videos, and other digital media, you are creating digital content. And if you're going to combine different types of media to create engaging content, it's what we call multimedia skills. And the fifth component is what we call critical thinking and problem solving. In the 21st century skills and ESD competencies, we always emphasize what we call the critical thinking. And also learning or acquiring digital literacy skills would be really it's also part of the digital literacy skills. For instance, interpreting and making sense of digital data, and also solving problems, such as using digital tools to solve problems and innovate. And the last is the digital citizenship. It talks about the online safety, understanding how to stay safe online, including protecting personal information and recognizing cyber threats, and also the ethical use, practicing a responsible and ethical behavior online, such as respecting the copyright and avoiding plagiarism. So there are 6 components of digital literacy skills. And next slide, we have the digital skills. So if digital literacy is all about the overall ability to use digital tools critically and effectively, digital skills are technical abilities required to use digital devices and application. It's all about like practical hands-on skills needed to operate the technology. So once you have the basic foundation of the digital literacy, then you have to proceed to the next level, which is digital skills. And once you acquire the digital skills, then you can advance the competence and your confidence in using digital technologies, and that's what we call digital proficiency. And in the future, of course, everybody must be digitally proficient, not only digital literate, not digitally skilled, but really digitally proficient. And how can we solve it? So the next slide, you will find out the examples of literacy skills in your classroom, and not only for the students but for all of us. So you would see, the basic computer skills, and this is what we call the understanding how to operate a computer, how to use an operating system, how to manage the files and folders. And of course, everybody knows what's internet browsing. It's the efficiently using the search engines, using the hyperlinks, navigating multiple tabs and windows. When we say media literacy, we're evaluating the credibility of online sources, recognizing the biases, and understanding the context of digital content. When we say digital content creation, it's sharing and creating the content such as the blog post, videos, and social media updates. When we say online communication, these are the using of the email, social media, and other digital platforms to communicate effectively and respectfully. And we have digital safety and privacy, the understanding how to protect personal information, collaboration tools, using of Google Docs, Microsoft Teams, and Slack to collaborate with others, and of course, the critical thinking, analyzing and evaluating digital content critically to avoid misinformation and fake news. So just imagine these 8 digital literacy skills. We must possess it. We have to possess all those 8 digital literacy skills. But the question is, what if you don't have? What if your school doesn't have digital schools? And the next slide, yeah, I think that we have, yeah, thank you so much. And the next slide is actually what we call the digital skills. Remember earlier, I talked about the digital literacy skills. But once you've perfected it, or once you mastered the 8, then you can proceed with the digital skills, because these are essential in today's technology driven world. Of course, everybody knows basic computer literacy, understanding how to use the operating system, managing the files. Everybody knows how to use the internet browsing, of course, the usage of the search engine, understanding the hyperlinks, and navigating multiple tabs and windows. When we say data entry and management, we are talking about inputting, organizing, and managing data using spreadsheets and databases. Just imagine if a student or you can manage to know not only the basic, but the techniques in Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and also the Excel, then you can get the digital skill of data entry and management. Digital communication is the proper use of email and social media. When we say digital content creation, of course, creating and sharing contents. Digital marketing is actually the was this utilizing the tools and strategies for online marketing, including the SEO and the social media marketing. Cybersecurity means understanding how to protect personal and organizational data from cyber threats. And when we say programming and coding, it's all about writing and understanding code in different programming languages. Graphic design is, of course, using of the software like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator, and of course, project management tools are the usage of Trello, Asana, Microsoft Project to manage tasks and projects. So just imagine, given your background in teaching and sustainability, and incorporating these digital skills into your curriculum can greatly benefit your students. So how are you going to incorporate the digital skills? First is you have the students must master the digital literacy skills. And once they are in the middle school and also in the high school, then you can incorporate some digital skills activities. Because in the next slide, you will know or you will discover why digital literacy matters. I think there's a background. So, yeah, someone is in the background. So I really hope to mute it, because the next
Please
slide is
mute
all
your
about.
everyone. Please mute yourselves, or you will be removed from the call.
When it's perfect, yes.
Yeah, we're good. So is that okay? But yeah, same person. Yeah, thank you, Miss Busra. Yes. And why digital literacy matters? Because number one, it enhances learning. It enables the students to access a wealth of information and resources online. And if a student knows lots of information and resources, it facilitates self-directed learning. But of course, student must be cautious about it. Why digital literacy matters? Because it prepares for the future. It equips the students with the skills needed for future careers, and many which will require digital proficiency. And as I've told you many times, you can be digital proficient if you have the basic foundation, the mastery of the digital literacy skills. And it promotes the engagement because it helps the students engage more deeply with their studies and collaborate with peers. So if your class has this WhatsApp group together with all of the students, or your Microsoft, not Microsoft, but Messenger, and before the exam they would rush and they would communicate with each other. It promotes really engagement. This is one way for them to collaborate. And last but not least, support sustainability, because digital tools can be used to learn about and more sustainable practices. And the next slide shows the digital tools in schools. And of course, these are common. We do have the smartphones, of course, the basic and the most powerful. Some schools are using tablets, some schools are using whiteboards or the smart boards, because smart boards can use to display and interact with digital content. Some schools are using the learning management system, or also known as the LMS. And LMS platforms are just like Google Classroom or Moodle or Canvas, and they can help manage coursework, assignments, and communication between teachers and students. Some schools are also using virtual reality, VR and augmented reality, AR, but then it's really expensive. Online collaboration tools, digital libraries, educational apps. We have also digital storytelling tools like Adobe Spark, storyboard. So for our advocates, like you can also jot down, you can type like what are the digital tools that you are using. And we have also educational games, which I'm pretty, interested, because games like Minecraft. Okay, because Minecraft Education Edition, they have this game for sustainability, and also this app called Eco. They can teach students about environmental stewardship and sustainable practices. Yeah, I'm starting with the Minecraft, and it's really really cool. There are also online learning platforms such as Khan Academy and Coursera. We have also some digital portfolios, so everything will be posted once the global school video will be aired in the, yeah, very very soon. And the next slide is all about the most powerful tool for learning and spreading ESD, which is the smartphone, your phone. And right now, actually, I'm using my phone over my laptop. Why? It's because, like in Libya, sometimes electricity is not good and not stable. That's why I'm using my smartphone. And this is actually, for me, a very powerful tool for learning and spreading education for sustainable development because of the six reasons. One is because smartphones are widely available and affordable. Just it's really a fact, right? And making them accessible to a large portion of global population. And it's very especially important in remote and low income areas where traditional education resources might be scarce. Another reason is because of the connectivity. With internet access, smartphones can connect users to a vast array of educational resources, including online resources and apps and libraries. So this connectivity also allows for real-time communication and collaboration with educators and peers around the world. Just imagine, one perfect example is our WhatsApp group. Like, real time, like if you want to post something, like all of us are really commenting on it. And the third is flexibility, because learning through smartphones can happen anytime and anywhere. So this flexibility supports continuous learning. For instance, you're on the bus, and of course you're watching some videos, and you're learning, and can be particularly beneficial for lifelong learning and professional development. Smartphones also have this, has this interactive learning because it supports multimedia content like videos, interactive simulations, gamified learning experiences, which can enhance engagement and understanding of complex topics related to sustainable development. Empowerment, because by providing access to information and educational tools, smartphones empower individuals to take control of their lifelong journey. And this can lead to greater awareness and action towards sustainable practices in their communities. And lastly, scalability. Educational content can be easily scaled and distributed through smartphones, reaching a huge audience without the need for physical infrastructure. So, this is a different way for us to learn education, because this scalability is very crucial for spreading the knowledge about ESD on a global scale. So, do you think that incorporating smartphones into your teaching can help you leverage these benefits to promote digital learning and sustainability among the students? You can comment later on, because the next slide is all about how to integrate your phones into your ESD teaching, whether you are a primary school, whether you are middle school or high school. The first is all about photography and videography. So you can ask the student, or you can use your phone, your smartphone, and inform your student, like, take a photo of your favorite fruit or your favorite place in the classroom. So that it's really practical, and it also leads to digital storytelling, which I will explain later on, and social media campaigns. As you can see, that the second part is, of course, one way to integrate smartphone is the usage of digital field trips. So you can see that that part, www.prodigygame.com. It's a website with multiple virtual field trips. So if you're going to check it out, you can find at least 20 or 25. Yeah, I'm going to share the link later on. So later on you will see like some virtual field trips, really amazing. And of course, educational apps. Have you ever tried Earth Now by NASA and WWF together? Because these apps can really, like, blow your mind because of the visuals. And remember that most of our students, or all of our students, are visual learners. So, having photography in your classroom, whether your project or whether your activity is simple, they can really engage with it. And there are 5 case studies that I'm going to share. And the first case study is actually the next slide. The first case study I want to share is about the power of social media in spreading the ESD. So I started a channel, Study Time with Miss M. But before that, I was part of this game called Second Life. I think it's an American online game. It's a free 3D virtual world, and it's like the original metaverse where users can create, connect, and chat with others globally. So this game is like you create your own avatar, and then you can interact with others, and you can teleport to different places within the game. So in the game, like there's like South Africa, and then there's a game wherein like you can be in Saudi Arabia or in Turkey. It's really like, it's really amazing. And I stumbled upon a community that built a futuristic city, and they are based in Netherlands. And they told me like, "Hey Maria, let's have a collaboration, because we're having this metaverse project where you could teach, and some people can, perform music or give talks." So I became one of their ambassadors, and this inspired me to create my own YouTube channel, Adventures of Mira Pascual. So this the small one was actually my first ever YouTube channel, showcasing virtual and real world experiences. But these are like, I've realized that this channel didn't align with my teaching goals, because Adventures of Mira Pascual has been like, more on my it's like a travel show. It's like a travel show. So I launched again another channel, Study Time with Miss M. So lots of collaboration. My sister helped me design the logo, and a friend in the K-pop industry assisted me in the introduction of music. So we collaborated. Just imagine that. And I was introduced by to another platform, which is Discord. And everybody knows that Discord is not only for gamers, but I've realized Discord is also a way for us to collaborate with artists and other communities. So I collaborated on the music's melodies and lyrics online. And after setting up the basics, I started making videos to share with my students, because during the COVID-19 pandemic, these videos became a valuable tool for repeating the lessons. And this experience sparked my interest in social media tools and significantly improved my research skills. So today, I continue to use my channel to spread the ESD awareness and support my students and other students, especially those who are preparing for standardized exams. This is also a one way for you if you do have your projects and you lack capital. So if you are in the social media, and there will be monetization, then of course social media can also help you in such a way. So that is the first case study. And the second is actually the second case study is there's a lesson, and we began discussing about the goods and services. And following this, the students learned a chant, because I always want to integrate social studies with maths and also with English subject. So I asked them, okay, you have a homework, you can use your phone and video yourself chanting. So it's just a simple, usage of a phone and chanting, because they have this a homework, and the videos were sent. And I told them that your videos must be sent via WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. But something incredible happened. So I waited for them for 3 days. And then they sent the videos, and the students wore costumes and asked their parents to help them. And it was really a beautiful moment, because they are grade 3 students. They are like, and even the parents learned something new about goods and services. And remember, they don't know English language. They are beginners. And when I asked the students who took their videos, they all said it was their parents, but the students were the ones who directed the process. So this experience demonstrated how creativity can be sparked in small ways using digital tools. And the third case study, it was a PowerPoint presentation after the lessons. So after each lesson, I asked my high school students to make PowerPoint slides to have retention in the subject matter. And after they submit the PowerPoint slides, I would give them some constructive criticisms. And this enhanced their cognitive, psychomotor, and affective skills. And they are the ones who told me about different digital tools online, which is really amazing. And the fourth case study is the very famous Shakes Are Us. This one is a project-based learning. So it's in my business department for the high school. So the objective of the project is for them to sell shakes and pancakes. So on their third week, they have to create marketing materials and prepare for the project launch. So the students will use, technology to design and produce commercials and other advertising materials. And they also need to use internet, okay, to do the food prototype development, because it involves creating and testing new food products with a concept of small scale prototype. So this project is highly interdisciplinary, because we combine the STEM with culinary arts and business principles. So this is, this project is actually recently we won in one of the Indian competitions. So this is really amazing for us. And the last case study is very simple. The school is a school base. The school assigned the students to take some photos, and the best photographer will be part of the school's communication and social media group. But what really happened was that when students took photos, they took photos about nature and people. So as you can see, you have the cute kids wearing Libyan traditional clothes, and also the photo of our school. But they emphasize really the nature. So these are the 5 case studies that I want to share with all of you. And the next slide is actually, sometimes it's definitely a challenge to practice digital literacy in schools that lack digital tools. But there are still effective strategies it can implement, because this is our problem all the time. We don't have computers, we lack computers, we don't have technology, we don't have internet, but all we have is our phone. But there are many ways, there are many strategies. First is to focus on digital concepts. So you can teach the students about digital literacy concepts like online safety, digital citizenship, and critical thinking when evaluating online information. So these can be taught through discussions, role playing, and paper based activities. So these are like, how to increase their what's this critical thinking skills. The second strategy is to use the available resources creatively. So utilize whatever digital resources are available. So for example, there's a single computer. Okay, a single computer or tablet can be used in group activities where students can take turns. And the third strategy is leveraging offline activities. So many digital literacy skills can be practiced offline. For example, students can create storyboards for digital projects or plan out was this research strategies or practice coding with paper-based exercises. And the fourth strategy is community resources. You can partner with your local libraries, partner with community centers or businesses that might have digital tools and resources. And these partnerships can provide students with access to technology outside of school hours. And of course, we do have the project based learning, encouraging the students to work on projects that require them for research and present information. And it can help them develop digital literacy skills such as information evaluation and presentation, even without direct access to digital schools. And of course, last but not the least, invest in professional development like this because enhancing to enhance their digital literacy skills. Teachers can then pass the knowledge to students through creative and low tech methods. So by focusing on these strategies, you can still foster digital literacy in your students even in a low tech environment. And last but not least, I do have these two reflection questions that you might ponder in the next slide. And these questions are pretty easy, but then again very reflective. Like, how do you integrate digital tools in the classroom, and my spelling is wrong, to enhance ESD experience? You can type your answer. And of course, what strategies do you use to balance the use of digital tools between home and school environment? Because for teachers, we need to set clear expectations. We need to integrate digital literacy. We need to use blended learning. We have to communicate with parents because we have to keep the parents informed about the tools being used and how can they support their child's learning at home. And most of the parents are really care about using the digital tools. And of course, let inform your management, your principal, to provide all of you professional development. And for the students, of course, for the students to balance to digital schools and home and other environments, they have to create a routine, establishing a schedule for using these tools for schoolwork or home, or to designate a study space, have specific area at home dedicated to studying and using some tools. And of course, screen time, staying organized, and of course, seeking help when needed. Because, implementing these strategies can create a balanced and effective learning environment that leverages the benefits of digital tools while minimizing potential drawbacks. So that's the end of the presentation. And all the resources will be posted once the Global Schools program will post this video. So do check it out one of these days. And that's it. And the call to action is, wow, a lot. Yeah. Questions, inquiries, or yeah, I think that we still have time. Maybe possibly some
Amazing. Thank
my
you.
students love.
I'm sorry, Maria. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. We do still have some time for Q&A. So
Okay.
if you have any questions, or maybe you want to share your reflection to one of the questions Maria posted, please feel free to put it in the chat, or you can raise your hand and we can call on you. Sarah, were there any questions so far in the chat?
We have a few comments, and I think certain topics worth talking about, or yeah, there's a few comments about one that really stood out to me is how do you teach digital tools? I mean, digital skills for schools without having access to digital tools.
Like literally, Miss Sarah, like literally, like no digital tools, like smartphones or whatsoever, even
Or
phones.
or even access to the internet, or I'm gonna read the comment here. All right, I have it open now. Different schools around the world have different facilities. Our school has no internet, digital tools facility for students. Smartphones, tablets are not available. And this is from Muslima.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I had a similar problem before because my phone when I was in Libya, 2013, it was really not really a smartphone. So what I did is to check out the public libraries to get some information. And it's kind of difficult because I'm a foreigner. Of course, I'm a foreigner. It's difficult for me to access public libraries. So I asked university libraries because the most important thing that the students must get, even though like they don't have digital tools, is critical thinking, how to acquire critical thinking and also research skills, because once they have these two fundamental skills, then they can apply it in forming digital literacy. Because as you can see, ESD, 21st century skills and digital skills, they're always, together, and they're interdependent and they have commonality. And one common thing is for them to make sure that we have this strong background of critical thinking. And there are many ways for us to use critical thinking skills. There are many activities for you to increase critical thinking. So that's what we have done so far.
I have a
What was
question
it?
for you, Maria. So I think you've highlighted a lot of the really great aspects of using technology within the classroom. I'm based in Toronto, Canada, and I know some school boards in our area have had issues with students bringing in phones and using like AI. And so some school boards actually had like bans on students bringing phones to classes. So I guess kind of can you speak to maybe this threat of AI and maybe some of the risks that are associated with using technology or these
Yeah.
skills in the class.
Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Kendra. Yeah, we also have this issue about AI because number one, the privacy issue. I've tried myself like to use the AI. Should I mention the name of that AI tool? Can I use the AI? The AI? Yeah, I use Microsoft Copilot rather than the Chat GPT because I use it for only for the grammar, to check my grammar. But what the English language teachers are using, the technique is this: like they will use the public libraries to have the research work. That they will not give an homework or a project that they will take it at home, but they will use it in front of the teacher. So especially when it comes with the essay writing and research work, we're really particular with that. So we actually, use research skills using the public libraries or our own library. We go to the maktaba in Arabic. Like there's a place where you can buy books rather than using the AI tools. Yeah, we also ban AI here in our school. And if we're going to use the AI, we're just going to use it for as a grammar tool.
Awesome. Okay, we have a question from Saida. How can we use smartphones for large classrooms? And then she added a comment that she has 69 students in one class. Wow.
Oh, 69. Okay, but it depends which level. I mean, preschool, middle school, primary school, high school.
Saida, do you want to comment to that? Feel free to go on mute.
Because for the smartphone, for instance, like storytelling, photography is for all the grade levels, and it's really effective. I've done it. I did an experiment last year or 2 years ago about photography session, and people love it. Students really love it.
So she mentions that it's secondary level.
Yes, secondary level. If the students are really like they do have all smartphones, they can use it for the photography. Because it sparks creativity. Because if they use it for photography or videography, sessions, of course it will spark creativity, and from there, then there will be additional skills that they can possess in the long run. So this is one practical way, and also like there are educational apps which are that you can download online. We have also like digital quizzes that you can also give, digital field trips as well. But then but before you give it to the students, you have to inform the parents, because the parents are really particular on those apps. So it's better for you to consult first to your principal, research first like what are those apps which are really kiddie friendly, and then present it to the principal, and then present it to the parents.
We've got another question. I'm not familiar with this one, but can FLEEP learning be used in a school where smartphone is not allowed? Maria, are you aware of FLEEP learning? If not, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this name. Alua Kayode. Maybe do you want to speak to what FLEEP is?
Flip learning, yeah, it's also, yeah, it's also a strategy. It's a method in learning, and it's also okay. It's also okay.
Okay, we have a comment. Anyone can give me ideas to solve challenges of literacy and numeracy skills among basic school students. Is there any digital tools that you use to improve literacy or numeracy among basic or primary school students, Maria?
Yes, yes, yes. We do have. That's why I need to I need to send everything to the Global Schools program, or after the was this once the video has been posted, I will post like per subject, like what are the digital schools that they can use. But then again, like for the primary school students, we have to have the blended learning, because if remember, like if it is maths, of course, numeracy learning, they have to have certain mastery. So we cannot really have over dependent on digital tools. Yeah. What criteria should we use to determine whether an online source is
Maria, I'm
trustworthy?
sorry. We have Stacy from Global Schools communications team. She had her hand up. I'm hoping that she's still here. Stacy, can you unmute yourself, please?
Hi. Um, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Susie.
Okay, perfect. I just realized I went through the comments and I realized that a couple of people asked my question. It was about in terms of how do you balance, what strategies do you use to ensure that in as much as you capacitate the students and learners about how to use digital skills and how to use the internet and mobile phones and laptops, how then do you also ensure that they are also safe, outside a controlled class environment? How are they able to be to use the internet in a safe way, where they don't get cyberbullied, they don't misuse it, and they start going onto sites that they're not supposed to, outside a controlled environment? What strategies do you use? I think you partly answered that when you talked about how you also communicate with parents. Perhaps what other strategies do you use? Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Posters. Actually, like there was a year in our school wherein we put posters about digital literacy, like literally, like especially in the computer laboratories, like the proper usage of digital tools. And then we had a session with the parents about the usage of internet, because there was a rampant use of social media to the point that it really affects the education of the students. What we also do is to the students also add us, like for me, they add me as a friend, they add me on all the social medias. I can also monitor them. So some teachers here, we monitor the students' activity until midnight.
Wow.
Until midnight. Like there's a monitor, and then at the end, and then the next day, we would talk to that student, because we can see that there's a backstory why this student is online all the time. So we found out that their parents are not really taking them very well. So there's kind of psychology. Yeah, so there is really, like, backstories of everything, especially if you're gonna handle like high school students. But when it comes to the grade school, for the primary, I think that we did have a session about really explaining to the parents, like the usage of internet, and also the benefits of not the benefits, the disadvantages of using internet, and also the advantages. So it's more in the proper communication, and then we have also lessons which are incorporated with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Posters are really important, because students are really visual learners. So not only like putting posters, SDGs about 3 Rs. No, we can also put like digital posters about digital literacy.
Amazing. Thanks. We have another hand up. Chizoba, feel free to unmute and ask your question.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank
Hello.
you so much, Maria, it was a very interesting one, and I learned a lot, Tracy, but I started learning to use it because I'm in a school where I have to use it more seriously than I used to. Now I have seen the benefit, because like in my school now, we have a new policy and a new government where almost everything is digitalized. We use the smart boards. We use digital libraries. Our content, the lesson plans have been digitalized and all of it. So I'm learning, and I must say I've taken home a lot from your presentation today. So, but I have a question, and it's kind of a little off from what we are doing, but it's a problem I have in the school where I'm working at now, and I'm hoping I can get some help from anybody. So I have the school I'm posted now is in a very remote area, and we have a problem, a big challenge in literacy and numeracy skills. Like they are at about 30 to 40%. That is what we have. So it's like very, very below average. So the teachers that used to teach them before we came in basically use the local language to teach them. So they are below 30% at their digital and their numeracy skills. So I was wondering if there is any resource you have, or any other person anyway on this live chat has an idea, because it's an emergency. We just need to, because there's nothing we're teaching them. Most of them do not understand what we're saying in English language, right? So like they need to understand English language first before they can learn sciences. They need to understand numeracy, addition and subtraction, before they can learn any other thing. So I'm hoping I could get help around that. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. The quickest, but this is like, your last resort. The last resort is the grammar translation method or the approach. But this is going to be like the very last resort. Like, you're going to translate it in your local language, because this is also my dilemma in our school. The primary school students are really they don't have this rich background in the English language. Like, they are all talking in Arabic, grade 2 students and grade 3 students. So what the teachers are doing is that, like, they translate in Arabic. That's the first resort. And the second is, of course, the using of the word wall. Word wall is really important for us. Like, the terms, the mathematical terms, like add or addition. And then aside from that, we write the Arabic translation. And then remember that in the primary school, English language, the first thing that the mastery in the English language is phonics. So we add more time. We add more time in the English language, more than the and then after that will be the maths and the sciences, because we cannot really have this um you know acquisition of language over time. So it will take them 2 years or 3 years to acquire English language in an Arabic country. So what we do is, of course, the grammar translation. Second is, of course, the word wall. Another, lots of modules, lots of modules for, and the teachers are really like having modules aside from the books, aside from the notebooks. And of course, we do have also additional time for the STEM and also for the English language. So that's it. And even the parents, because like, if the students, okay, the students are learning English language in school, but if there's no um additional work or effort coming from home, then it's going to be useless. So the parents
Yeah,
also must know.
it's a major problem. It's a totally remote area. Like the parents use the local languages, and we've been having serious, like for the past 3 weeks, we've been cracking our heads on how to approach this problem, because the
Ah,
parents do not speak English as well.
so the parents also must learn, English 101. So have a special course for the parents, if the school can do it. And it's also one way for you to increase the engagement of the community. We did it before, but together with the Arabic teachers, and it's really fun and engaging because they are also learning.
Amazing. Thank
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
All
Maria.
right, thank you.
Chisoba, I think Maria gave a great answer, but if you want any further assistance, feel free to reach out to the Global Schools team at advocates@globalschoolsprogram.org. Or if you can also post in the Facebook group and see if your fellow advocates
Yeah.
have ideas. Let's maybe take one final question if anyone has, and then we'll close this session. Does anyone have any final comments or questions for Maria? Perfect. From Gloria, how about using hands-on approach to learn English? Oh, maybe this is a recommendation for Chisoba. Any questions for Maria? No? Okay, I think we'll close. Maria, one thing I'm thinking, maybe when we email out the reporting to all of our advocates and alumni, within that email, we can include all of these resources that you suggested. So then it goes directly into all of your inboxes. So
Yeah, sure.
perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Was great. Again, thank you so much, Maria. Just a bit of some global schools updates. Advocates, your October, I can't believe we're already at the end of October almost. Your October KPIs will be going live tomorrow. So please keep an eye out for that. They will be due on October 27th. Mentors, we are also going to be sharing your mentor KPIs for the first time this cohort, this session. Those will also be emailed out tomorrow and will also be due on the 27th. Yes, we have a couple of really exciting professional development sessions coming up for our November, so please stay tuned. And I think, one other announcement is that we will be opening up applications for our next cohort of Global Schools Advocates. Applications will open up on Thursday, October 24th. So if you have any colleagues who are interested in learning more digital skills, global citizenship, ESD, please tell them to apply. Perfect. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Wishing you
Kendra, what
sorry.
about our tradition to take a picture?
Oh, okay, sure. If everybody wants to turn on your camera, Sarah, are you good to take it?
Yeah, sure, I can do it. Oops, and we have someone who's joining us just now. So I'm letting the person in. Okay. Smile.
Turn on your camera, everyone.
And one more. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.